Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Dai, and today I am bringing you my first impressions on the Monochrome Manga Club series reads for the month of April. Those were Happy Kanakos Killer Life, Volume 1, story and art by Toshiya Wakabayashi. This one's published by 7 Seas, rated teen. We also read Volume 1 of Cat Massage Therapy. This is by Haru Hisakawa, published by 7 Seas, rated ages 10+. We continued our series read of Death Note by reading the 4th volume of the Black editions. So this is volumes 7 and 8 in the single editions by Tsugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata. And then we also started a new series read of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon by Naoko Takeuchi. This is the Eternal edition. This is published by Kodansha, rated teen. So, because Death Note is not a first in a series volume, I am not going to be talking about that one here, but I will be talking about the rest of the volumes here. If you didn't know, Monochrome Manga Club is a way for me to talk about the selections that we are reading for my In Real Life Manga Club. I run an In Real Life Manga Club at our local Barnes & Noble, and so you are welcome to join in on our reads and discuss them with me in the comments below on any of my series first impressions videos. So I just wanted to let you know in case you did want to join in and read some of these volumes with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these volumes as well. But let's get into it. So we'll start off with Happy Kanakos Killer Life. This follows a woman who gets fired from her job and while looking for a new one, actually interviews for an assassin agency by accident. She doesn't realize that's what she's signed up for until she's actually at the interview. But then things start coming really easy to her, the life of an assassin. And so this one is very comedic. It's very comedic. The art style kind of lends itself to that. You can see there are a lot of animals in the cover right there. This has a lot of animal puns in it. There are a lot of them to the point where I feel like it might even be over the top usage of those. But nonetheless, the animal illustrations were really cute. And yeah, it was very funny. I do feel like some of the things that happen to Kanako are very coincidental. Like, maybe they're even like too easily come by, if you will. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what the next volume has. I do have 2 more volumes of this one in my personal library. And so I'm definitely keen to see if anything changes, because I do feel like things come too easily for her, and yeah, maybe she's just a little bit too lucky in some of the things that happen. But like I said, the animal illustrations were really cute, even though I thought that maybe there were too many of them. There was a Backstreet Boys reference in here, which I thought was interesting because I am a Backstreet Boys fan and have been for practically the entirety of my daughter's life. I actually didn't get into them until my daughter was born. So there's a funny story there. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. Not as much as I thought I was going to, but I'm interested to seeing how this one continues. Then I picked up Cat Massage Therapy. This one is adorable. There's absolutely no plot. This is pretty much just following this cat massage parlor and these... It basically starts out with one guy who sees the cat massage parlor and just had one of those days. One of those days, and so he goes in and he gets a massage from this cat right here on the cover. And he just, becomes addicted to getting these massages. So he decides that he wants to help this massage parlor get more business and takes them to his office, and all of the people that work there, including the boss, start enjoying getting these massages from these cats. There are a couple or 3 interns. They're little kittens, and this was just so cute. Absolutely no plot whatsoever, but I read this at a time in the month where I was just struggling with reading. I have been struggling with reading things outside of manga for a couple months now, and I just really needed the pick-me-up. I was reading 2 books at the time that I just really wasn't enjoying, and so I had to pick up the manga for the manga club because it was starting to get time for the meeting, and I was like, oh, I absolutely have to read these. And so I picked this one up, and I just really enjoyed it. They're just adorable, and both of these volumes are full color, which was a nice change of pace for me. But I think even if this one wasn't, I would have enjoyed it just as much. Having it in color was just a bonus. And so I absolutely will be continuing with this series. I'm looking forward to seeing what else comes in. Maybe a plot will be presented in subsequent volumes, maybe not, but either way, I am in because I absolutely adored those kittens. And I'm not really an animal type person. I don't have animals, and if you asked me if I was a cat or a dog person, I would say dog, even though I've never had a pet. So that was a welcome surprise. I absolutely love that. Definitely check that one out. If you're a cat lover, if you're just looking for something really cute, that one fits the bill. So then we started our new series read, and this was highly requested by everybody. So reluctantly, I have started Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon by Naoko Takeuchi. We are reading 1 Eternal Edition a month, and I have watched the first season of this, not Crystal, the original, when it was first being broadcast in the United States. I watched the first season, and that was enough for me. I did not want to continue. And so when the manga club members decided that they wanted to read this, I reluctantly said yes, because I do want them to be reading things that they want to read and not always things that I'm picking out for them. And so we have started reading this. I'm sure everybody knows what this one is about. It is a magical girl story. And right here, we're just following all of the Sailor Scouts basically finding each other and fighting against the bad guys of Queen Beryl and Jadeite and, those people. I do have to say that I feel like the manga moved a lot faster for me than the anime did. I remember everything that happened in this volume, which was interesting to me. I did not expect to meet as many Sailor Scouts in this volume as we did, which I think helps the way that I feel about how fast these volumes are moving for me. And like I said, I've only watched the first season, so that's pretty much all of the background I have in this. My daughter has watched the entire series, and so whenever she was watching, I could catch glimpses, so I have a little bit of knowledge as far as the future of things that happen in the series, but I don't have much. This first series, though, this first season, I'm very familiar with, and I think I may enjoy reading it more than I did watching it. I will say that our main character, Usagi, who I constantly say Serena because that's her name in the original release in the United States of this cartoon or anime, that's just what I grew up with. But in the manga, her name is Usagi, and I can't stand her. I cannot stand her. And I think that's why I did not continue with the series, is because she got on my nerves, even at a time when, I was at the age where this series was perfect for me. Like, that was the age that this series is marketed to, and I still could not stand her. The age gap that's kind of in this series, in the anime, was much, much larger than it is here in this series, which I appreciate more in the way it's presented here. It's much less cringy, even though it is still a little bit questionable, because it's like, why would you... I don't know. I don't see the appeal to someone the way Usagi is at this moment in time in this series. I think once certain things happen, things will probably change from my standpoint of her. But as of right now, I'm still not enjoying Usagi. Like I said, I do enjoy the pace of how it's going in the manga. I didn't expect to meet as many Sailor Scouts in this one as we did. And so I'm looking forward to seeing if the pace of the story continues for me in the next volume. And so, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by this, but I'm still kind of weary and hesitant about my feelings towards how I feel for the rest of this read. But nonetheless, we are doing a series read, and since I do host the club, I have to read them. So it'll be interesting to see what I think going forward, and seeing how my perception of Usagi changes as the story continues. So that's everything that we have read. I am not going to be talking about Death Note, like I said, because we are not in the first volume. And also, because we will be continuing with Sailor Moon, I will not be continuing to talk about Sailor Moon in these episodes as well. So if you'd like to hear my thoughts on Death Note and Sailor Moon going forward, definitely check out my monthly wrap-ups towards the end of each month or at the beginning of the next month, because that's usually when I post them. So, yeah. Now, before I let you go, I do want to let you know what the May selections will be for the club. Like I said, if you'd like to join in on these reads, definitely feel free to do so, and then you can discuss them with me in the comment section of the Monochrome Manga Club Series First Impressions videos towards the end of the month. So, like I said, we will be continuing with Death Note with Volume 5 of the Black Edition, so that's Volumes 9 and 10. We will also be continuing our series read of Sailor Moon in the Eternal Editions with Volume 2. And then we will also be reading our normal 2 first in a series volumes. So the first of those will be Volume 1 of A Man and His Cat by Umi Sakurai. This one's published by Square Enix Manga, rated all ages. This one follows a cat that is up for adoption, and nobody seems to want him, even though his price has been cut, until this older gentleman sees him in the window and decides to take him home. And this follows their story kind of together, and how having each other changes their lives. I'm really looking forward to that one. And then we will also be reading Volume 1 of The Fox and Little Tanuki. This one is by Mi Tagawa, published by Tokyo Pop, rated all ages. This one follows our fox here, who has some great powers, but instead of using his powers for good, he abused them, and so he gets them taken away, and he is imprisoned by the sun goddess. So 300 years later, he is released, but he is told he is unable to get his powers back until he trains this little tanuki pup to become an assistant to the gods. So I think that the illustration on this volume is just adorable. I am looking forward to seeing what this story is like. And yes, so that is the other volume that we will be reading. Let me know down in the comments below if you will be jumping in on any of May's selections. I really hope you do, because I'd like to discuss them with you as well. Or if you've read any of the series that I talked about today, let me know that down in the comments below as well. But please, no spoilers. If nothing else, and you would just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me a fox emoji down in the comments below and like this video. That would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out, and that will do it for me today. So I hope you are all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye!